I'm Hoff on the A1A ShadowsReign YouTube channel. It is Tuesday, and I've recorded this on a Saturday, which means I don't know how England got on in the World Cup. Hopefully well. And if the US, hopefully they did well too, beating the Welsh. Because I know most of my audience is from over the US, across the pond. But yeah, let's get right into the video. We are going to be talking about 6 tips to instantly improve yourself in Call of Duty. Now, I'm not going to be too specific in Warzone or multiplayer. There's going to be general tips that if you feel as if you're not doing well in either game mode, these should help you out. So again, you know, just hit like, hit subscribe if you find this helpful, and I'll keep making more videos like this. First one is utilize your utility. Now, utility is stuff like your grenades, flashbang, stuns, whatever you're using, your field upgrades, any particular attachment slots you're using, like grenade launchers or smoke launchers or stuff like that. Use everything to your disposal. I've got multiple kills using stuff like decoy grenades, decoy inflatable covers. I plant myself trophy systems when I'm on the flag. I put myself deployable covers down. Working around the team as well to have as much utility as possible, particularly when I'm playing with my brother. If I know he's running, like, say for example, trophies, I'll switch my trophy out for a deployable, and then we can really hold down stuff really strongly. But I'm always going to rock that deployable cover, because not deployable cover, the inflatable decoy, because, you know, love it. That's just the main thing that you can do. It's going to help a lot. Just practice. Like, when you know someone's around there, throw something at them. If they're trying to run away, throw something at them. If something's going on behind the scenes, throw something with them. If you think that someone's there, but you're not sure, throw something at them. Honestly, getting that little hit marker, or even if they have battle hardened, it's a brilliant way of finding out if people are there or not. So make sure you utilize your utility in both, and well, I say both, in any game mode in Call of Duty, in any game in general. Utilize that utility. If you notice professional play, always using their utility if they don't ban them. Now, the second one is always know where your entrances and exits are to particular rooms. Now, this is important because if you know where the exit is, you can get yourself in out of situations quite efficiently. Also know the entrances as well. If you're playing domination or you're playing games like Hardpoint or Hard Headquarters, where you need to be in a certain room and you know everyone else is coming in that room, know where all the entrances are. Have yourself a claymore at one, again using your utility if you're not using Semtex. Have yourself a teammate positioned at one if you have friends. Then you know where people are going to come from, know where they're spawning from as well, and kind of take it from there. If you see people behind you coming in certain exits, like say to your behind and your rear right, you know that they're often going to be coming in the front and the front left. So you just, as in your front. So make sure that you just generally know where your team are, and then with those entrances you can, pardon me, you can then make sure you've got everything covered between yourself and the teammates. Also helps you get out of sticky situations, particularly when you're on your kill streak. You're like, oh my god, how do I get out of this situation? Use utility. If you've got a smoke, get it popped. If you know that they're hiding around a corner waiting for you, stun their ass, get out, and live to fight another day and get that kill streak called in. Now, 3, know when to push and know when to hold. Now, there is a knack to this, admittedly. You're going to want to push when you know, for example, an enemy's weak, maybe he's not expecting you, maybe he doesn't have that sight line covered, and you want to hold when you know that someone's got eyes on you, you know that they're going to come at you, so you don't need to both sprint at each other. If they're sprinting, it's going to take them a couple of seconds, it's going to take them a second to lift up their gun and be able to fire, whereas if you're not sprinting, and you're ready for it, and you're holding it, the second he runs around that corner, doesn't matter if he jumps, he slides, he does a little football celebration on his knees, you are annihilating that little, I was going to say a swear word there, but you are annihilating that person. Just something to bear in mind when you're pushing as well. If you know that that person's just killed a teammate to your left or in a doorway to the left, go! Push it, go in there, sprint, dive, bounce off walls, be like Flubber, be Spider-Man, do whatever you got to do, get yourself in there. Also, if you land a grenade, make sure you get yourself in a room, again using your utility. If you get a hit marker on any grenade, even someone on battle hardened or that other one which blocks the damage, bomb squad, get yourself in there, because they are going to be unnerved, because throwing stuff in there, it does add to stress, and when you make someone stressed, even for just a split second, you have an advantage. This game is much mental as it is physical, and by physical I mean like playing a controller or whatever. I might have just caused an audio bump there, sorry, just elbowed me table and it really hurt. But no, the second that you have any advantage or you're pressing them, if they're pressing them, they're stressed. Not a lot of players can keep their their composure under heated moments, so make sure you're exploiting that and just trust it. Expect them to be stressed when you start nading the F out of them, because more than often or not, that's when they're going to whiff, that's when they're going to miss, that's when they're going to choke. Put the pressure on in those situations when you can. 4, treat randoms as scouts. If you're playing multiplayer or you're dropping with randoms in Warzone or DMZ or whatever it is, treat your teammates as scouts. Ideally, you never want to go through a door first. And the reason you don't want to go through a door first is because you want them to take the knock. And you want to be the hero and get the kill. Very selfish. And I always brand myself on being a team player. But if we're both running towards the same door, I'm not going to let him go first. Because you might think, no, I want to go through first. I want to get the kill. Yeah, but you're not going to get the kill unless you know exactly where they are. And even then, if they run in and say, take someone's aim slightly away from that door, you can go in immediately after and absolutely start beaming people who weren't looking at you. Alternatively, inflatable decoys are actually really fun for this as well. Especially if you're prone and you throw it underneath something. They might not have seen that. So you can pop it, they shoot it, wait 1 second, shoot because they'll be reloading. Because everyone likes to reload after firing 2 bullets from a gun. So just something for you to bear in mind. Sorry, I've just punched my mic again, as you can see. But that is a really good strategy. Like, just treat randoms as scouts. Sometimes your friends. You know, I'm not going to say I've done that once or twice, but I might have done that once or twice. 5, adapt on the fly, especially in multiplayer. In multiplayer, if there's a rocket, let's say a rocket, if there's a helo or if there's a Harrier, pardon me, or anything like that going above you, just change to a class which has a rocket already set up on it and just get shot out as a guy, because you're probably going to die soon anyway. It's multiplayer, you die every 30 seconds typically. Yes, if you're a good player. So, you know, I just have that ready, you know, come in, shoot it down, and then have an LMG in that class as well. Shoot it down. If someone's using a lot of smokes, go in, adapt your loadout in-game and put something like a thermal on. Or put smokes on yourself in the thermal if they keep on just camping sight lines. Adapt to the situations and you can do a lot, which is why, you know, typically when I play with the squad, we got a really high win rate. And that's because we are adapting on the fly. If stuff comes in, 2 people will switch to like an LMG class or a rocket class and just start shooting stuff down. For example, me, whenever I see a counter UAV, I'll shoot that down. It only takes a few shots to do it. Easy enough done. On Warzone as well, know what the situation allows for. If someone's just holding a sight line, if you've got a stun in hand or a smoke in hand and you've got, say, for example, a flash or something like that in your backpack, just have a little think, right, what's the best thing in this situation here? Get it used. Again, use your utility. See how I keep coming around to use your utility all the time. And that's going to help you adapt on the fly. The more you can adapt on the fly, the better. Adapting on the fly might be something as simple as changing your weapon. If you've got, like, say, for example, a marksman rifle or an LMG, and like that kind of medium close range, pull out your SMG, pull out your shotgun. Why not? And make that fight change to you. So instead of playing angles, you make them run into the building, knowing when to hold, and you can then start punishing them for that. So you've got that aspect of it as well. Now, 6, when you're playing bad, and this is a big one for me, when you're playing bad, sprint ban. And by sprint ban, I mean don't run around any corners. Only time you want to sprint is from open ground to cover. That's the only time you sprint. You're not going to sprint through corners. You're not going to sprint indoors. You're not going to sprint. You're not going to sprint looking for a fight, chasing dots on the UAV or sprinting towards an objective. You're only going to like walk and kind of have a bit about you. When you do that, you slow your mind down. When you slow your mind down, you can focus more. And when you can focus more, you can start getting a few kills and you can start picking up your form and taking your confidence from there. Then you'll realize you have started running again and that you're being absolutely fine. So when you're in bad form or you're not playing too well, don't run. And always trust your ears. But guys, that's my tips. That's my 6 tips for the game today, for Call of Duty in general. If you do like videos like this, hit that like button below, consider subscribing, and let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. And what tips would you give players? Again, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always responsive, and I'm always wanting a good conversation. Peace. Please hit subscribe. Please. Please, sir, can I have some more? Why do I do this? Like, peace. It's such a virgin thing to do. Peace, guys. Hey. And I think marksman rifles are going to be super strong in Warzone and DMZ this year, and that is because they are not going to be going up against one-hit kill sniper rifles. So that means that the value of the sniper rifle has decreased significantly, a bit like the UK